Hi YouTubers, this is Zero Amps, and today I'm going to introduce to RGB on two projects which I built for you, so enjoy it! For today's project I need an Arduino prototyping board, an USB cable, a breadboard of course, some jumper wires, three 220 ohms resistors, and of course the most important thing, RGB LED. If you are asking what RGB LED is, it's actually red LED, green LED and blue LED, in a one package, with a common ground. This type which I have has common ground, and you can mix different colors on RGB LED by changing intensities on these three LEDs. This is the RGB. The longest pin is the common ground on this type. And from the top to the bottom the RGB pins. Here it is a schematic for our two projects. It's going to be the same for both of them. And as you can see, there is a common ground and RGB pins are connected to the Arduino board via resistors. The resistors are there for limiting current, and when it's connected it looks like this. And now I'm going to show you a sketch which controls changing colors on the RGB LED. Okay, here is the sketch, the definitions for pins which I'm going to use, and delay, which is 1 second. In the setup function I just tell that pins which I used are going to be output pins. The loop function is more interesting. I defined this set color function, which is called from the loop function. The set color function just turns on and off red, green and blue LEDs inside the RGB LED, and this way other basic colors are created. For example, if all three are off, the RGB is completely off. If only red is on, it glows red, of course. If only green is on, it glows green. But if red and green are high and blue low, it's a yellow color. Here's the table where are all combinations which I use in the loop function and colors which are generated on RGB LED. After uploading the sketch, it starts changing colors like this. My poor camera doesn't recognize all the colors, but trust me, they're all there. When you build this project you will see all of them. You've probably noticed that in the first project I use pins 9, 10 and 11. It's not just a coincidence, but I decided for them because I need them for the second project, and they all have a special sign before the number, and this means that these pins enable PWM. It stands for pulse width modulation, and using this feature you can do this one. Let's have a look at a sketch. These are definitions for the pins which are used. There is also a definition for delay, but now it's just 5 milliseconds. This code is from the previous project, but in the second project we don't need to use these pin modes functions, because in the set color function, instead of digital write functions, I'm going to use analog write functions. And the analog write function automatically sets pins as output. But what's the difference? The main difference is that digital write function accepts just two output values, which is low or high, yeah? On the other hand, the analog write function accepts values from 0 to 255, yeah? On the right side, you can see how an output signal from the pin is changed for different analog write values, yeah? I'm going to show you on my oscilloscope, yeah? And look at this, yeah? I'm changing now the value in the analog write function from 0 to 255. And look what it does with RGB LED. And again on the oscilloscope. Let's return back to the sketch, yeah? And the loop function contains 6 cycles, yeah? The first cycle changes the intensity of the red LED in the RGB LED, yeah? From 0 to 255, yeah? And the second cycle does the opposite, yeah? Changes the intensity from 255 to 0, yeah? And the same thing for green, yeah? And also the same thing for blue inside the RGB LED. Let's upload it and look at this. Red, green, and blue, yeah? Once again, red, green, and blue, yeah? All three LED inside the RGB are dimming. If you want to use an exact color for your RGB LED, yeah, you can use a color picker. Search on Google for color picker and there is one, yeah. And if you are satisfied with your color, yeah, just take the values from this RGB field and put them to the color function, and the RGB light should glow in your picked color, yeah? Okay guys, that's it for today, yeah. It was very exhausting today and full of information, but I hope you've enjoyed it and learned something new. So thank you for watching and see you next time.